MC for this evening. I've got the delight, honour and privilege to bring on all these legends backstage. Guys, give them a massive round of applause, come on! We're here to rip the bloody roof off. I'm excited. I am pumped. Very pumped. But guys, I've got to tell you a few things, right? I don't know if you know this about me. I love my mum. Or I love my mum. My mum's one of my favourite people in the world. Right, but growing up, my mum always used to say to me, she goes, Brett, you should never judge people based on their appearance, right? You should never judge people based on their appearance. Right, but if I'm going to be honest with you guys, like sometimes it's a bit fun, you know what I mean? Like you guys are probably looking at me right now. You're probably doing it right now. You're probably looking at me going, that guy has definitely represented himself before in court. And I have 12 times, ladies and gentlemen, 12 times. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't do anything fucked. It's mainly parking tickets, I will be honest with you. I am a coward. Right, but I don't know if you can tell this about me. My uncle loves drugs. Like, my uncle sold me drugs for the first time when I was 14. He didn't give me drugs. He sold me drugs. My uncle made money off me. Right, I didn't even get cost price, right? But my uncle loves drugs. His other hobbies include unemployment and conspiracy theories. He's always like, 9/11 was an inside job. It's like, what would you know about jobs, mate? You've been living off Mum and Nan for 22 years. Well, I do love him though. He's one of my best friends, so I can't go too hard on him. But he has inspired me. He has inspired me this year, or maybe it was last year. It was last year. I decided to do Dry July, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I completed one day of it. Thank you. Some would say I was passed out for 24 hours. Who's to know, right? I wasn't there. Anyway, but to get through Dry July, my good friend said, man, if you're going to do Dry July, Brett, you know what you should try? You should try non-alcoholic beer. I was like, yeah, I've had mid-strength before. He's like, no, it's beer, but they take the alcohol out of it. I was like, what? So it's just fat water that doesn't hide your feelings? It's like, what am I meant to do with it? My dad never hugging me. How do I get through that? How do I push that down, you know? Right, but my mate tries to give me an example, right? He goes, man, this is where non-alcoholic beer comes in, right? Say you're at a party, Brett. Right, say you're at a party, what are you doing? I was like, man, if I'm at a party, I'm fucking drinking! He goes, yeah, right, say you're at a party and you don't want to drink, what are you going to do? I was like, brother, I'm doing drugs! He's like, no, you're not getting it, right? Say you're at a party and you don't want to drink, and you don't want to do drugs, what are you doing? I was like, man, I'm at fucking home. That sounds like a shit party, you know? What am I meant to do? Listen to my friends? Oh, how's cryptocurrency going? It's like, fuck up, Ian, you know what I mean? Like, no one gives a shit, you know? Well, how's your superannuation going? I don't know, I got mine out during the lockdown and I bought a third dirt bike with different people. DR650, if you got one? Ew. Anyway, right? But I thought I'd try it though, you know, I'm a new man, I thought I'd try it, and so I went to the bottle shop and I bought non-alcoholic beer. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you, I thought it would be like an elaborate ruse, you know? Like when I got there, I was like, oh, hey mate, can I just get non-alcoholic beer? And like the guy behind the counter's just like hitting a button, just fucking, and then the next thing you know, like the sirens go off like bam, 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 like an NRL player comes out and this king hits you in the back of the head. It's like, yeah, we got a nerd, get him, right? Right, but it does exist, right? And I will say, there is one benefit, right, of non-alcoholic beer I was unaware of, right? And the main benefit of non-alcoholic beer is drink driving is back on, baby! Well, now I know the power my dad felt in the 70s with the real shit, you know? I'm driving around, I'm drinking a beer, you know, I'm hanging out the window. Cheers! I'm doing a fucking shoey behind the wheel. Cheers! I'm being a menace, you know? Most people, when they're booze driving, they're trying to avoid the booze buses. Not me, with my non-alcoholic beer. I'm trying to fucking find them. You know, I've got a little joke to play on you, dickheads, right? Right, I was fanging around with my non-alcoholic beer, right? And I got my wish. Right, I saw the blue lights, I got pulled over. I go, fucking hell, here we go. Pie on these dickheads' faces, you know? They're walking up to me, right from the back over here. I'm already hanging out the window. Cheers! Right, the officer comes up to the side of the window and goes, sir, this is actually a random drug test. Fuck. Nah, we're good. Guys, are you ready for a big night of comedy? You are already the best audience I've had. Come on, let's raise the roof! Please, all the way from Singapore, give it up for
Yeah! Good evening, Melbourne. It's nice to be here. I am from Singapore. Is anybody else from Singapore here? Oh, I'm the only one that escaped the regime. I belong to a minority group in Singapore. There's only 14% of us. We're called Malays. We are the natives of the land. We are the ones that the British saw first. But here's the thing, Singapore, we got colonized through commerce and not through war, so that makes very bad historical movies. You know, you watch all these colonial movies, right? It's like the British arrive at the shores and the natives are ready, and then the chief gets up and leads his people into war. But not for Singapore's history, you know, the British arrive to the shore, the natives are ready, the Sultan gets up and sells it for half price. You know, that's... But we did have a movie though, Crazy Rich Asians. Did you guys watch that? Yeah. Singapore is a very diverse community, but no Malays in that movie. Yeah, just zero. Even the one selling Malay food wasn't Malay, you know, just... You know, but it's the thing, like, in Singapore, people were, like, making noise about, like, oh, how can you not display the diversity of Singapore in that movie? Honestly, as a Malay, we didn't care because we saw the title Crazy Rich, we went, not us, and then we walked away. So, to break it down, I am Singaporean, Malay, Muslim, in that exact order. I am observing Ramadan from afar. No, my brothers look thirsty! I'm not that much of a religious guy, you know, but I wouldn't dare to call myself an atheist because I'm still scared. Right, because there are times that I am religious and times that I am not. You know, like right now, talking to you, I can tell you that I'm not a religious guy. However, on my way to Australia, in that plane, when turbulence hits, 100% Muslim, you know. I'm on that plane, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, which is very calming for me, but very uncomfortable for everybody else, you know. But I like Australia, man. I'm trying to assimilate to your culture. I mean, I've been trying your food, and you know, it's all right. You know, people travel far and wide for your sceneries, for your wildlife, but not so much your food. You know, I don't even think this existed in medieval times. You know, they'd be like, "Are you travelers? Oh, we are but voyagers. We have crossed the 7 seas, wrestled with the kraken, battled with the ogres, and arrived here down under in search of the legend that is the Vegemite sandwich." No. You know, but I like your culture, man. You guys are like chill and relaxed, you know, Australia. I would say you guys are like the Malays of the white world. You know, I know you don't know what that means, but just absorb the vibe. You know, that's... right? Because honestly, we just call it different things. You know, we call it being lazy. You guys call it a work-life balance. You know, whatever, right? And I know Melbourne's gonna be all right. You know, I walk around your street, I know your city's gonna be all right, you know, because I see your homeless people got chihuahuas, and that's, you know, that's a high-maintenance dog right there, you know, I'm just saying. Chihuahuas aren't cheap, right? I'm 36 now and I'm single, and that's through nobody's fault but my own, you know, because I have this habit that I've done since I was young, and now it's caught up to me at this point. I like to pursue brown girls. Let me finish. I like to pursue brown girls who are dating white guys. Just to see if I can win them back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I win them back, I'll be like, haha, colonizer 1-0, and then I'll walk away. But in your 30s, you're not allowed to say that you're old, because people in their 40s will be like, whatever, right? But like life and nature starts to show you stuff, like your knees don't hurt, but you can feel them, right? Before you go out of the house, you don't have to pee, but you pee just in case, you know what I'm saying? Just when your friend buys an air fryer, genuine excitement comes out of your heart. It's true though, right? But I get excited, in my 30s, whenever a young person likes the shit that I like, they like the things that I like, I get excited. Like this girl was like about 24, 25, she was singing lyrics to a song that I like, right? She was like, grab your Glocks when you see Tupac, call the cops when you see Tupac. I was like, oh my God, you like Tupac? She was like, no, this is a TikTok song, what the fuck? And it hit me when I was in the club too, I realized I was old in the club because I was bumping to songs that I love, right? 50 Cent comes on, bum, 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 Dr. Dre comes on, da-da-da-da-da, it's the motherfucking deal, double G, right? I was having the time of my life until the DJ went on the mic and said, I'd like to welcome y'all to Retro Night, yeah! How many of you like that old school? So when that girl went and said, oh, this is a TikTok song, I got so bitter, right? I started wishing hateful shit on her, which I shouldn't have said, right? I was like, your generation is fucked, okay? Your generation is so messed up. You deserve global warming, okay? You deserve global warming. I hope you never afford a house, all right? I hope all your interactions have to be face-to-face, all right? I hope your anxiety medication runs out. Listen. I realized that last part was messed up, right? But I only said that because I was super bitter. Because in the same club, right, I was already feeling so old. I was chilling, and then I saw a girl. She looked like she was in her 20s. She looked towards my direction. So I was looking at my boys, and I was like, oh, boys, is she looking at me right now? Is she looking at me? And then she still looks at my direction. I was like, oh, boys, do I still got it? Does your boy still got it? Right? And then she walks towards my direction. I'm like, oh, I think she wants to talk to me. Then she gets close enough, she bumps against me, and she goes, oh, sorry, uncle. And then she walks away, Hey, thank you very much. I've been fun. You guys been amazing. See you.
Keep that round of applause going for the very funny Grace Jarvis.
Hello. It's so good to see you. Well, this dress doesn't have pockets. Women's clothes don't have pockets because when they do, we put rocks in them and walk into lakes. Don't worry, I'm not weird. Recently, I went along to a psychiatrist and he diagnosed me with autism. Immediately. Too quick. He was like, how'd you go making friends in school? And I was like, oh, and he was like, autism. It's weird getting diagnosed with autism as an adult because you sort of have to like look back at your life and realize that a lot of stuff makes a lot of sense now. Like I remember in primary school, I was doing this project on Steve Irwin. You're familiar. And in the middle of me doing the project on Steve Irwin died. And I was really upset. Because I had to change the tense in my project. From is to was. I thought I'd finish my diorama. I had to add a plasticine stingray death scene. I'm glad that joke went over. I did it recently at a gig where there were a bunch of Americans in, and they all went desperately silent. I forgot that he's there, Princess Diana. I'm not for everyone. That's something you realise doing this. Not for everyone. My aesthetic is pretty consistently girl who's about to lose her virginity in a barn. She's nervous. There are some social rules that I understand from watching them a lot of times, but there are some social rules that I still do not get at all. Like, who told guys to do that thing where they write the alphabet with their tongues? That person should be in jail with that bullshit Dolly Doctor advice. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. I got dudes writing Anna Karenina on my clit to prove they've read it. Also, as an additional PSA, you're supposed to do cursive letters. Just in case he's in. You know what happens when you do a block letter A? You miss the clit entirely. A lot of negative space in a capital letter. I was a self-harmer as a teenager, which really kills a room. I can do a trigger warning for this next bit, but you have just been watching me do stand-up comedy. So I assume you're fine with other forms of self-harm also. If you were concerned for my safety, you could have intervened by now. There's nothing less conducive to conversation than telling someone that you used to be a self-harmer. Try it. I recommend it at a party if you're trying to get out of a boring conversation. People will wander off. They will find dip for their chip. Telling people you used to be a self-harmer is about as effective as telling them that you're really into Warhammer. Like, people are concerned, but not enough to keep chatting. Also, for something that people are supposedly uncomfortable with me talking about, they're very comfortable with very wild opinions. I had a man make fun of me once because all of my scars are on the wrong side of my arm. He was like, "What were you doing? There are no veins there to hit." Like it was a criticism of my technique. What have we done to men that they feel comfortable making fun of me for not offing myself? Also, personally, self-harm, it's like jazz. It's all about the veins you don't hit. My mum told me recently about the first psychologist I ever went to see. Apparently I'd been diagnosed with autism much earlier than now, but she wrote the guy off. She was like, "No, my daughter's normal." She keeps telling teachers that she feels like a cartoon character in a movie about real people. Normal! And my GP had diagnosed me with two things that I do have, which is anxiety and depression. Spot on! The cool ones. Childhood anxiety as well, vintage. But this guy, within 2 weeks of seeing me, he diagnosed me with number one, autism, because apparently it's coming out of my pores. And number two, narcissism. And I just don't know who else he wanted me to talk about. It was therapy. I've been Grace Jarvis. Thank you so much.
Keep that round of applause going for the very funny Steve Rascopoulos! How is everyone? We well? Hey, thank you so much for coming out. I do something a bit different from traditional stand-up comedy. I do more like sketch, character, improv, a bit of audience participation, but don't be scared with the audience stuff. It comes from a place of love, and I'd never get anyone on stage to do something that I personally wouldn't feel comfortable in doing. So the more fun you have on stage with me, the more fun the whole bit will be. Sound good? Yeah, sick. In saying that, excuse me, sir, how's your night been? Very good. Fantastic. There's a bit later on that I'll need you to come up and help me with. The more you commit to it, the more fun the whole bit will be, and everyone's going to just get behind you, okay? Sound good? Okay. All right, but you'll know exactly when I need you to come on. Cool. Detective Heinrich Gorkinson. Any sign of the police officer? Is this the officer's car? This is my partner, Detective Alex Ronaldson. Alex, come up. Show them your badge and say who you are. It will help if you move your mouth when you speak.
Hello. My name is Detective Alex Ronaldson. Just like my father, Detective John Ronaldson. He gave his life to the badge until one night, when on the job, he was murdered.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. We'll take it from here. Alex, you have to know, your father died doing what he loved.
What, being murdered?
No. Serving and protecting the community. There'll come a time in your life when you're going to have to stop living in the past and live in the present. Okay?
Fuck you, don't tell me how to grieve. Now let's check out this crime scene.
Okay. Looks like the officer is stabbed through the back. His body dragged all along the floor. There's another getaway vehicle. You can see the blood trail going all the way.
Let me taste it.
What?
Let me taste it. We need to make sure it's blood, so I dip it, put it on my tongue, for it's the only way to know.
That's not true. There's plenty of ways to find out if blood is blood. Starting with a pathologist?
It's blood, trust me. And there's no corrupt science lab that can tell me otherwise.
Cigarette?
Thank you, I would love a cigarette.
You know my rule. Dance for it. If you dance for it, I shall give you a cigarette.
Fuck you, I don't dance for no one. Thank you. Gum 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 gum. Did you know my father?
I heard the stories.
I don't remember much. What did you hear?
He was an honest man. He was married to the truth. His mistress, justice. There's a time when he saw an ex-criminal down on his luck. Your father literally gave him the pants off of his thighs. Find anything else?
Yes. I found something down here on the ground. I'm picking it up now. Would you look how big it is?
Wow.
It is much smaller than I'm showing you.
Okay.
Yes. It looks like tape from someone's mouth. You can see lipstick on it.
Great. We should bag it for evidence.
No, I don't trust bags either. I'm going to swallow it whole and keep it safe. I didn't even need to chew. I told you before, I don't trust labs.
Alex, who do you trust?
Judge Judy, myself, and that's it.
There's tire marks going off the side of the road. You coming?
No. I'll catch up with you later. There is someone I need to see first.
Hey, Alex, I want you to know, you can trust me.
You ought to know something crazy.
What?
My father and I had the exact same handshake when I was a child.
I'm gonna get going. You coming?
No. But I tell you what.
What?
Do you want to watch me backflip back to my car?
No, don't do that.
Or
Don't.
No, I will do it.
No, please don't.
What, don't you think I can?
No,
I can.
I think you definitely
I'll
can. Don't
backflip,
do
I'll
that.
front
I
flip.
don't have public liability insurance.
Oh, okay, that makes perfect sense now. I'll tell you what.
No, but I saw it in your eyes. You're going to fucking do it.
Yeah, I know.
Don't. I'll get in a lot of trouble.
You know what? Just this once I'll listen to you.
Good.
But I'm going to walk really cool back
Show
to
me.
my car.
Show me.
Yeah, you watch how cool.
Oh, you're in slow motion.
That's right. Check me out, Mr. Cool guy, don't you think?
Went much better than I thought it would. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy us tonight.
Everybody! Oh my Lord! Loving it. Guys, I mentioned before I'm from Perth, and Perth's different to Melbourne. I don't know if you guys know that, but I can summarise it up pretty well, right? So I'm born in Perth, but I live here now, and I do stand-up comedy in Melbourne, right? And I can sum the difference up pretty quickly, right? So when I live here and work here, and I've got a mate, he's a Korean comedian, right? He's an Asian comedian, and when he gets on stage, he likes to polarise the audience. He comes out and goes, "Hey guys, I'm a Korean comedian. Would anyone like to yell out any Asian stereotypes?" Now, because it's Melbourne, everyone's like, "I don't know! I didn't see anything. I just thought you were a non-binary postbox. I don't know. Is this going to be on Q&A tomorrow? I don't know," right? Which is good, because you're not making judgment about people. I fucking love that about Melbourne, right? But he did his first gig in Perth about 6 months ago. Right, and the audience reacted very differently. They were just like, "Little dick, bad driver! Bad driver, little dick, bad driver, little dick!" Right, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part was, he didn't even do the joke. It was just at the car park before the show, yeah. It's a violent town. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for your next act? Come on! Let's raise the roof! All the way from Brisbane, give it up for Brian Lewis!
Hello. God, it's good to be out. I am living with a bloke at the moment who doesn't speak English. I know this is very unpopular to say, but it's really annoying. I mean, he has only just turned 2. For fuck's sake, you've been here your whole life, you know? Assimilate, you dumb baby, you know? We're trying to teach him how to speak English, we are. We're teaching him words he needs to know to survive, you know, because we do want him to survive. He's a beautiful baby. We love him so much, but mostly we want him to survive because we don't want to start again, you know? We're teaching words he needs to know to survive, like food. When he's hungry, he says food. Great, nailed it. When he's thirsty, we try and teach him how to say water. It's having a hard time with that one because we pronounce it water. He pronounces it puta. And that's a bit funny because the cultured people in the room, we know that puta in Spanish means whore. And that's a bit funny, you know? So I've just got this tiny little fella in this terry towelly onesie just running around my house like, puta, puta, puta. I'm like, that's incredible. He does not know how to go through a whole day without shitting his pants, but he does know how to slut shame me in another language. It's advanced. Got my eyebrows done recently. Thanks so much for noticing. Oh, thank you. She wanted to have small talk, though. I hate small talk. I hate it so much. All I want to do is take my hard-earned money to an industry that capitalises on the insecurities of women, give my money to an underpaid migrant to rip the tiny little hairs out of my face to please society in silence, you know? That's so much to ask. I asked a beautician mate of mine, I'm like, what do I have to do for the small talk to not happen? My mate was like, oh, easy. You just go, bap, 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 bap. Do not speak to me. Imagine saying that, then asking for a Brazilian. You'd walk out of there without a clitoris, you know? I'm quite fond of mine. I'm also quite fond of both my eyebrows. So I went in to get my eyebrows done. She started the small talk and I joined in, tried my best. She asked me a question I wasn't ready for. She said, I'll get in character. Which one? Which one's your favourite? Has anyone here got a favourite eyebrow? Like, I'm not a psycho. I have normal favourite things, like favourite season, summer, favourite pizza, vegetarian, favourite kid, the middle one. I don't have a favourite fucking eyebrow. But you want these people to like you because it's the most intimacy you've had in a long time. So I thought I'd take part, and I went, oh, yeah, which one of my eyebrows is your favourite? She was like, oh, easy, babe. Your right eyebrow is beautiful. And I know she thought that was a compliment, but now all I can think of is what the fuck's wrong with my left eyebrow? To shave it off and start again. Trying to get better at beauty stuff. It's very boring to me. Makeup is very boring and very hard for me, but as a female performer, I have to paint my features so you know which hole's making the sound. It's this one tonight. Focus there. I went on to tutorials and makeup tutorials. They're so boring. They're out there. There's heaps of them. They're so boring. One was good. One went viral. Most of you would have seen it. It was very good. One lady said, if you want your makeup to last longer, easy. You just have to apply a thin base of personal lubricant. Has anyone here got lube on their face tonight? Not yet? I just don't... I just don't reckon I'd feel like $1 million if I smothered my face in lube, you know? Because as a woman, lube has a certain scent. It smells like failure. Okay? It smells like 10 years of marriage. It smells like his birthday. My partner heard that joke for the first time when he brought heaps of his mates to one of my gigs on his birthday. Nah, don't worry, I didn't fuck him, yuck. My partner had a vasectomy, and give me a cheer if you've had a vasectomy. Okay, the rest of you are cowards. Cowards! It hurt, vasectomy, it hurt him. It hurt him. So sad. It hurt him. Guys, it hurt him. It's so sad. Cost $580. That's the only part that hurt me. What? It hurt him so much that he had to come home. He had to have the whole next day off work. And he had to spend that day lying on the couch. And I was there too, so I got to watch him lying on the couch watching The Passion of Christ. Holding a bag of frozen peas on his ball sack while he wept. And I realised with that image alone, we wasted $580 because I'll never root him again. You guys have been wonderful. I've been Brad Lewis. Thanks so much.
Please give it up for Guy Williams!
Yeah! I got way too much confidence, hey? You know, everyone talks about having imposter syndrome? I got the opposite of that. I got James Corden disease. So my name is Guy Williams. I'm from New Zealand. I'll just leave that in, I reckon. I'm from New Zealand, and yeah, you know, like if I get my references wrong, just, you know, that's fine. Just call me out for it, you know? If I say jandals instead of thongs, or if I say six instead of sex, or if I start respecting Indigenous land rights. Don't get me wrong, New Zealand's not great, but compared to you guys, we're Nelson Mandela-ing, eh? Everyone else comes out here and goes, it's great to be here. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I fucking hate Australia, eh? I look around, I see a bunch of fucking private school, R.M. Williams, Australia Day, racist Jetstar Bali, Ford Ranger, Rupert Murdoch cunts. You've contributed, your only contribution to society is coal. Nothing else. I hope China invades you. AFL, someone goes, fuck off. AFL sucks shit. Play rugby, you cowards. You'll never win the Bledisloe. I will fight you all in the car park after the show. You're like, fucking stop the boats! Stop the boats! And then you're like, oh, they're trying to take away Australia Day. What's Australia Day? That's the day we celebrate coming to Australia on boats. I've come out too hot. Or not hot enough. The world is ending. Wake up. You're like, why are we on fire? You did that. Does anyone else, we just need to walk around the streets just going, To be fair, this is Melbourne. I did see a few people doing that today. And they were the only fucking sane people here. The rest of you, what are you up to, eh? God, the world is outrageous. Is anyone else just like losing their mind? Okay, I got a mate who's had kids. Is that not outrageous to anyone else? He's had kids. That seems like a bad investment. Having 2 kids in 2023, that's like buying a Video Easy franchise in 2023. It's not going to go well. You know, we've got fucking, COVID, climate change, white supremacy is back. Well, it's not back, it's always been there, but I'm aware of it now. And that's annoying for me. We shouldn't be having more kids. If anything, we should be eating the kids we've already got. That's just a good idea. And the weird thing is we celebrate kids still. We're like, it's a miracle, it's amazing. If it's such a miracle, then how come the dumbest guy from my high school's got like 4 of them? All right? I asked my mate why, I didn't even go like, oh, congratulations. I was just like, why? Why did you do that? And he didn't even have a good reason, eh? He was like, oh man, to continue the family name. To continue the family name, like he's on Game of Thrones or some shit. To continue the family name. His family name is Thompson. Son of Tomp. I don't know who the fuck Tomp is, but I don't think he gives a shit that my dumb fuck mate in West Auckland's had 2 kids. I could understand if he had a cool name, like if Waka Flocka Flame was going to continue the Flock of Flame tradition. I'd be like, flame on, brother. White supremacy is back. Do you see those guys? The Nazis are back. I haven't learnt the name of any of your buildings. On the Parliament steps, the Nazis are back and they're wearing shorts. I realise that's not the main problem with the Nazis, but it's still very concerning. I'll tell you guys right now, there is no stronger argument against white supremacy than meeting a white supremacist, eh? There is nothing supreme about these dudes. These are the dumbest dudes I've ever met in my life. They're like, trans people are holding us back. Do you know what's holding you back, mate? Visible swastikas. It's a real turn-off at the old job interview, eh? I interviewed a white supremacist. Well, I didn't know at the time. He seemed like a normal dude. Put his jacket on. Big swastika right here. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he was like, don't worry, bro. I'm calm. I'm not. The Nazis are back. It's like this outrageous situation. I'm like, my general theory is that I feel like things are getting mad. And I definitely feel like COVID-19 didn't help. You know, like I know Victoria, you guys had like huge lockdowns and stuff like that. In New Zealand, COVID-19 was a real roller coaster, you know, for everyone in New Zealand. And considering we only have one roller coaster in New Zealand, it was actually a real treat, to be honest. It was a real delight. But I can kind of understand how it did fuck with a lot of people and a lot of people's brains, you know, like, and I realise I'm in Melbourne today and there's probably a lot of, independent researchers in the room tonight. I don't want to be too hard on them. And I don't want to say anything too offensive, but I reckon some of this independent research is a little bit too independent, eh? Some of this independent research is so fiercely independent, it's seemingly no longer tethered to reality. So I would like to say thank you to the independent researchers for all your wonderful independent research. We really appreciate it. But what we need now is some peer-reviewed research. Because there's people out there who are so fucking ignorant, they didn't learn the main lesson from high school, which is that science is hard. That was like the main thing I learned. Dad would be like, what'd you learn at school today, son? And I'd be like, that science is hard and that I'm a fuckwit. And he'd be like, and don't you ever forget it, son. I don't want to see you in 10 to 15 years' time logging onto Facebook.com and arguing with a microbiologist because you listened to 3 episodes of the Joe Rogan podcast. Who are these people who have spent the last 20 years frying their brains on footy and Married at First Sight? Who are like, what's that? Global pandemic. All right, time to try my hand at epidemiology. How hard can it be? Very hard. Very hard. You know, it's just so... who do we blame for all this? I blame Steve Jobs. He was like, computers should be easy to understand and accessible to everyone. No, that was a huge mistake. Computers should be hard to understand and only available to the liberal elite for scientific peer-reviewed research and online pornography. If you want to look at porn, you better learn how to code. Because instead we've got to this bleak situation where I guess it's combined with being more nurturing in schools, which is generally a good thing, but it's kind of it's frustrating when you see the dumbest guys from my high school are just logging onto Facebook.com now and writing the most ignorant but hilarious shit I've ever read in my life. They're like, bike lanes, where's our car lanes? It's called roads. Wake up. This right here is what I reckon we need to get bullying back into schools. I swear that Donald Trump never would have got elected if he went to Nelson Boys College in 2003. We were toxic as fuck for the good of society. I know it's hard. If Donald Trump went to my school, he would have got up there on the first day to do one of his speeches and been like, I am the greatest. And someone at the back would have just yelled, shut the fuck up, you Rangiskin cunt. And the world would be a better place. Instead, now we've got fucking America is repealing abortion. That made the room go quiet, eh? Is that not crazy to anyone else? I'm very pro-abortion, all right? You know, that was a weird thing to say out loud. I'm so sorry, I'm pro-choice. I'm so pro-choice, I'm pro-aborting some kids who've already been born. I reckon we should have abortions on kids up to the age of 18. Who's with me? No! This is how the Nazis started. Did we learn nothing? I've been Guy Williams. Thank you very much. Good night.
Oh my Lord, Guy Williams! Oh, bunch of RM William wearing dickheads, are we? Yeah? Well, I got Blundstones on. He now knows that because I just kicked the piss out of him backstage. China, if you're listening, New Zealand have got no military. Something to think about. Just saying. Are you guys ready for your final act this evening? Come on! Let's raise the roof and give it up for Rosie Jones!
Hiya! Hello! My name is Rosie and I am a triple threat. Yeah, baby! I am disabled, I am gay, and I am a prick. Oh, the BBC love me. I'm very rich. People say stupid shit to me, and people go, oh, you're gay. Oh, well, you don't look gay. As if they expect me to walk into a Woolies wearing a strap-on. Poking the potatoes. No, they've actually stopped me doing that. I feel like I need to address my voice because I realise that the cerebral palsy plus the strong Yorkshire accent. It's a fucking minefield. At some point you're gonna think, no. I got no fucking idea what she just said. And what I need you to do is assume it's funny. Well done. I love doing this. I love being on the telly. Hiya, Mum! Back in the UK, I'm on the telly quite a lot. And that means I get recognised wherever I go. And some people are lovely. And some people go, oh, I know you. You're on everything. Every fucking thing. Every time I turn on the telly, there everything. There you are. Every fucking everything. Every fucking team. Everything. Which never feels like a compliment. So now I try to prove them wrong. So now I go, no, I'm not on everything. Like, am I on Dancing on Ice? No, because I hate the cold. Am I on the Masked Singer? How shit would that be? You'd be at home going, babe, why is that woolly jumper got cerebral palsy? And the answer would be complications in the loom. There's something wrong with this microphone because only half of you heard that. Complications in the loom. Do you know how hard it was to write that joke? I came up with the punchline and then I had to Google what you make in a loom. Woolly jumper. Would you ever see me on Hunted? Right, we are looking for People's Princess. Rosie Jones. 24 hours ago, she was here. So now she could be, oh, she's there. got you. Would you ever see me on I'm a Celebrity? No, because I got dignity. You've been so lovely. Before I go, I want to talk about my mum and dad. Because I think I am who I am today because of them. Because growing up, they said to me, Rosie, you be whoever you want to be. Apart from a hairdresser. Or a brain surgeon. Or a waitress. Or a train announcer. The train coming in to platform 4 is the 14:22. Two. Sorry, they're gone. Oh. Shit. I've been Rosie, you've been lovely. Bye-bye!
Rosie Jones, everybody! Oh my Lord! You've been an incredible audience. Unfortunately, that is the end of the show this evening. One more time for every act you see this evening. Come on! I'm in Brett Blake. Have a ripper night.